Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand? Today, we at Coventry United received the tragic news that young supporter Alfie Mercer had passed away. Alfie had been battling cancer for some time, and sadly his fight ended yesterday at the age of 8. Not only was Alfie a much-loved member of the Coventry United family, he was an inspiration to us all, and he will be sorely missed by his mum Laura, stepdad and Coventry United player Luke Downs, his family, friends, and all of us here at Coventry United. In true Reeves, we now ask you to join us in a minute's silence, starting and ending on the referee's whistle.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Coventry United TV on a bit of a sombre day for the red and greens. I'm sure, as you heard over the headset, we just had a minute's silence for young Alfie Mercer, who sadly passed away at the age of 8 years old. But we are set to go. There's a game to be played here on Bank Holiday Monday at the Butts Park Arena, and Coventry United now will have all the more incentive to go and get these 3 points. We'll take you through the starting lineups in just a minute. The players going through their pre-match huddle. The lads wearing black armbands. As I say again, it is a bit of a sombre day for United, but all the more reason for the red and greens to go for it today.
Rugby Town fans, let me hear. Oh, come on, Rugby Town fans. United fans.
Well, we are underway here at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United kicking from left to right through the CUTV camera. Big game today, a M6 derby. El Trafico, we could call it. Rugby playing in all navy today. Coventry United, of course, in their usual strip of red and green. 2 changes to the Coventry United team. If you haven't seen the team news today, Charlie Faulkner joins the front three in place of Aaron Solomon, who's on the bench. He was scheduled to be part of the Tamworth team earlier today, but has managed to make it back to be part of the Coventry United bench. And also, Lewis Hayden comes in for Harry Sawyer. United returning to the old faithful 4-3-3 after dabbling with a 5-2-3. Didn't quite work for the red and green, so manager Terry Ensign going back to what he knows best. Here's Danico Johnson, challenged from behind by Joe Smith, throw into Rugby. Take you through the teams quickly for Rugby. It's Ben Newey, Josh Thomas, Lee Thomas, Liam Francis, Loiso Recchi, Barry Fitzharris, Justin Marsden, Kane Elliott, Dylan Parker, Danico Johnson and James Hancock. For Coventry United, it's Reece Francis, Joe Smith, Ben Valance, Aaron Williams, Nat Kelly, Don Perkins, Joe Cairns, Lewis Hayden, Riley O'Sullivan, Kyle Carey and Charlie Faulkner. There's a chance at the cross. Ben Valance to try to shield it from the winger. And Kelly does his job to perfection. Watch that on that far side where the management staff are now housed. They moved away from the main stand, the XL Motors stand here at the Butts Park Arena. Interception made by Charlie Faulkner. Rolls it up the left. Riley O'Sullivan will give chase. Has he kept it in? No, he hasn't. Unable to control on that far touchline. And today's show here on CUTV proudly sponsored by Coventry Motorcycles and Scooters. Make sure to go and check out their wide selection of new and used scooters at their location on Walsgrave Road. Very nodded on towards Kane Elliott. Safely back with Don Perkins for Coventry United. One swing with the boot from goalkeeper Reece Francis. It's back in the midfield. Perkins back with Francis under pressure from Danico Johnson, who has got a history of scoring at the Butts Park Arena. Smith tries, he couldn't keep the ball in with that volley attempt. It's with Recchi. Down line with Josh Thomas. Fitzharris, challenging by Charlie Faulkner, rugby ball. Thomas. There are 2 Thomases today. Josh Thomas at right back and then centre back Lee Thomas. Lofted up by Liam Francis. Only as far as his opposite number 4 in Aaron Williams. Lunging by Williams, couldn't take the ball with him. Francis collects on the edge of his penalty area. United controlling possession at the moment. Now looking for a route to goal. Off the heel of Kyle Carey from Hayden. And a clear attempt to take Kyle Carey out, but Joe Cairns will continue into the penalty area. Cairns stopped well by Newey. Credit to the referee, he allowed United to play on whether there was a definite foul on Kyle Carey by Barry Fitzharris. Cairns taking the opportunity, but Newey was equal to it. Smith. Williams launching it up. Faulkner target on that left-hand side, not only as far as Kyle Carey. Rugby already recognise that he is going to be a big threat today. Williams. Cairns. Space on the right for Joe Smith, but Cairns stays central with Williams. Aaron Williams looking for Smith on the right-hand side, but cut out by Danico Johnson. Here's Reese Francis. Out wide with Joe Smith, playing at right back. Can, of course, play central. Has been playing predominantly at right back this season. Carey looking for a route around Recchi. And has a brilliant slide challenge in the penalty area to snatch it away from Carey. But even better from Faulkner to bring it back on the left side of the box. Charlie Faulkner looking to whip it in. Nui grasps onto it at the near post. Now Rugby on the move, but there's Lewis Hayden from behind on Kane Elliott. He's not giving Rugby a second to breathe. Rugby top of the league at the moment in the UCL Premier Division. Coventry United have played 4 matches, won 3, lost 1. Rugby have played 5, won 4 and drawn 1. They remain unbeaten. They haven't got a 100% record. Can Coventry United inflict their first defeat today? Smith battling with Lee Thomas. He's won that particular duel. No one home for the cross. Faulkner was behind him, but Ben Valance sprinting up from left back to try in vain to keep that ball in, but it's beaten him. Seven minutes gone here at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 0, Rugby Town 0 in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Promising start for the Red and Greens. They've had the forward momentum. A bumper crowd at the Butts Park Arena here today. We'll get you the official figures closer to full time. I'd say there's a good 500 here. And that throw headed straight out by Justin Marsden. On the halfway line, far side, Coventry United throw. Balance with ball in hand, plays it safe, back with Nat Kelly, the former Worcester man. Don Perkins also enjoying his first campaign with Coventry United, signed from Walsall Wood. Smith, almost completely new back line for the Red and Greens, finds Riley O'Sullivan. Sullivan finds the new captain, Aaron Williams, flicks it on to Kelly. Chip pass, Faulkner slips on the ball. But Hayden in with a challenge. Hayden was sought after, very sought after in pre-season. It's clear to see why. He's been an instant hit with the Red and Green Army. As Joe Smith tapped it off James Hancock's for the throw just in front of the CUTV camera. That blasted away. Fitzharris wasn't a million miles away from heading into the goal. Reece Francis just had to be sure. Now the drums back at the Butts Park Arena. It's been a few weeks since we've been here. Multiple away games and still more to come. Now, sadly, I won't be here for the FA Cup game against Handsworth on Saturday, but there will be some form of CUTV coverage. United will throw deep into Rugby territory after a promising run up the left-hand side from Kyle Carey. Kyle's mum listening in as always. If he doesn't score today, he's definitely going on the naughty step. Hooked clearance from Rugby. Virtually back where the throw-in was originally taken. Valance wants options. Finds the run of Lewis Hayden. Batting with his opposite number 8 in Kane Elliott. And Hayden has absolutely done it. Scores it for Joe Cairns. Slipped as he took the shot. It was deflected out. Coventry United really have the momentum in their back pocket. Joe Cairns with the corner on this near side. And United make the pressure count. Towards that near post where Joe Smith's waiting. Handball claims. Referee says no, and it's a goal kick. Official feeling that it took a final touch off Smith on the way through. Remember to leave your comments in the YouTube comments section. Anything you want to say on the game. Carl Bosworth says, hope everyone enjoys the game today. Sonia Williams says, rest in peace, Alfie. Come on, lads, make little man proud today. That's what the Red and Greens are doing today. Elliott. Short off the challenge of Carey. It's with Marsden. Josh Thomas. Lovely 1-2 with Elliott, but Valence able to intercept the return. Up line to Aaron Williams. Perkins on the edge of the box has to get it away quickly, and he's lost out in a dangerous position. But through for Danico Johnson. Could put Rugby in front here. Smacks it off the stanchion. It was nearly a repeat of the goal on Tuesday. This time Perkins giving the ball away right on the edge of the box. But Johnson couldn't capitalise. Very lackadaisical defending from Coventry United. They've been so solid all season. And they've got to try and clear their lines. Johnson. Smith takes it over the line. But it is safely away from goal. Thomas is going to leave it for James Hancock's. Elliott in support. Chested down by Marsden. Flicked away by Aaron Williams for Coventry United. Hayden. And sends Riley O'Sullivan on the right-hand side. Josh Thomas. So Lee Thomas tried to keep him at bay. He was never going to succeed there. That's not the shot that O'Sullivan was hoping for. Dragging it horribly wide at the near post. Right player, right time, wrong execution. Sir Boomalord says, how many from Rugby are there? They usually take a fair few away. It's difficult to tell, really. There is a decent attendance from Rugby. Won't be able to give you an exact number at the moment. But as you say, Rugby do usually bring a fair old attendance with them. We've seen that at the Butts Park Arena. United actually played Rugby in the very first match to be held at the Butts Park Arena for Coventry United in August 2017. An FA Cup match that day. Coventry hoping to avenge that defeat. Hayden. Carey crossing opportunity. Sends Thomas to the ground. Brought down by Joe Cairns. Scores! And Cairns paying tribute to the late Alfie Mercer. The young man would have been very proud of that goal. Struck on the volley, and Coventry United have the lead. They have so desperately deserved in the opening 14 minutes. And you saw on the camera just how much that goal meant to the Red and Greens. So 13 minutes gone. Coventry United 1, Rugby Town 0. You felt it was coming, and Riley O'Sullivan just blasted that one off the roof of the XL Motors stand. May not be a massive feat at some stadiums, but this is a 3,000 capacity stand. And we're back underway. Fitzharris strides clear of Hayden. Johnson just keeps it in. Hayden taps it over. The whole ball hadn't gone over the line from Johnson. It definitely did from United. Elliott. Hancock's in support. Hancock's down line to Danico Johnson. Pressured back towards the halfway line. Hancock's lofted over the back line by Fitzharris. Where will Parker go from here? He's been forced into the corner and given away the ball for a Coventry United throw. Over O'Sullivan's head, but here's Charlie Faulkner. Hoping to spot the run of Carey. Waits a little bit too long. And again, United trying to take down the sponsorship, I think, on the XL Motors stands. Whacking it up the roof for a second time in a minute. Lewis Hayden this time. You know what? I'm not surprised he can get that high. He's got a rocket-propelled right foot, that lad. Liam Francis. Lobs it over to the right. United want the free kick for a push on Ben Valance. And the referee's assistant has called for it on the far side belatedly. United are very happy with that decision. And Sonia's come back saying, well done lads, gave me shivers that goal. Johnson could level it up here. Would have done if it wasn't for a great smother by Reece Francis. And Riley O'Sullivan being held. That's nothing doing with Johnson found in the penalty area. Very dangerous position. Francis racing to it and just clutching at the ball, wrapping himself around Johnson's legs. They don't want to lose an advantage they've worked hard for. Diverted to Marsden. In the back line with Loiso Recchi. Spots Johnson on the left-hand side. It's gone past Johnson, but it's kept in by Hancock. Sends it through for Johnson. Into the box he goes to Nico Johnson. Squares for Marsden. Barry Fitzharris urged to shoot, does shoot, and finds the back of the net. The equaliser comes just 3 minutes after Rugby went behind. You can't win the raffle if you don't buy a ticket. And Rugby's ticket came up trumps on that occasion. Low drive from Barry Fitzharris, sending the Valley level. So Fitzharris has lowered it up for Rugby Town. It's 1-1 at the Butts Park Arena. United advantage didn't last long. And now Coventry have to go and attempt to drag the result back. After 18 minutes. Hayden. Carey won't catch up to that. Throwing deep into Rugby territory for Lee Thomas. Francis in support. Lofts it up. Won in the air by Aaron Williams. Who can bring it down? Perkins. Joe Cairns, whose goal did give United the lead, but only for 3 minutes. This is out. Cairns brings it back and blocked off by James Hancock. Put the ball through his legs. And United with a set piece, and we all know how dangerous they can be. Update on Josh O'Grady. Josh is back in training. He trained for the first time on Saturday after an injury which has kept him out for 6 weeks. Handsworth game probably going to be a bit too soon for him on Saturday, but he could be back at the next game. Smith launches it in towards Riley O'Sullivan. Recchi. Cairns thinking about the long range spectacular again, but Marsden gets there on this occasion. And Smith playing it all the way back to Reece Francis. Keeps it in, closed down by Parker. He's going to get back to his goal now, as it was Elliott nodding it towards Parker from the clearance. Coventry survived that one. Chest control by Lee Thomas. Fitzharris, the goal scorer. Ben Nui retrieves that back pass. Clears before Faulkner can do any damage. Josh Thomas. Down the line with Recchi. Parker the target. Dylan Parker thumped into touch by Nat Kelly. I'm not sure we're getting that ball back. Graham Lawson says, come on the Valley. "20 minutes gone at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 1, Rugby Town 1 on CUTV today, sponsored by Coventry Motorcycles and Scooters. Marston. His approach from the right-hand side was denied by Joe Cairns. Out of a crowded area finds Valance. Kyle Carey, slide in by Hancock, does the job. Liam Francis lofts it up towards Parker from the back. Dylan Parker loses that aerial duel with Nat Kelly. Kelly concedes the throw. Throw to Parker, returns to Josh Thomas. Ritchie in a space on the left-hand side for Hancock's. Nods it down, but straight to Reece Francis. Ball's very close to him, difficult to get a real connection on it. O'Sullivan, United are going to need him today. Smith. Williams takes it over from Hayden. Past Marston. O'Sullivan dragged down from behind by Lee Thomas. Free kick, about 10 yards outside the box. Probably not shooting range. And indeed it isn't. Cairns takes it short. Carey was in towards that far post, just over the head of Aaron Williams. Josh Thomas will volley it up the flank. Valance tracks back, collects with the red and greens. Dinks it into the midfield. Lewis Hayden striding towards the Valley back line. Off the heel of Faulkner, but he collects the former Spinks man. Faulkner looking for the cross. O'Sullivan's in there. In fact, went for the strike at goal himself. O'Sullivan felt that Nui had carried it over the line. The men in black had a different opinion. Launched to Hancock's by Nui. Denico Johnson. Fitzharris. Lee Thomas. Johnson stands firm against Kyle Carey and Lewis Hayden. Where can Johnson go from here? He's done well. He's found Marsden and space, acres of space on the right-hand side for Lee. So Ritchie switches the play again to Hancock's. Kane Elliott. Crossing opportunity for Hancock's. Brought down beautifully by Johnson, this for the second. Cannons off a United leg. Resolute defending from the red and greens. Can Cairns clear? Well, he's caught Hancock's in winning that challenge. Free kick to the Valley on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Great opportunity for a cross. Johnson and Hancock's standing over it. It's going to be a Hancock's ball. Only O'Sullivan and Carey staying up for the United counter. Hancock's doesn't beat the first man, nodded away by Joe Smith. Faulkner looking to start the counter, but Fitzharris just swipes him aside. Back with number 11, Hancock's. Johnson. Marston. They're going to return to Johnson, but blocked up by the captain, Aaron Williams. O'Sullivan having his arm dragged by Lee Thomas, but able to get the ball over to the left-hand side where Kyle Carey's waiting. Valance making the overlap. But Carey going alone. Carey's ball. O'Sullivan's in there. Can he get the shot away? Tried to control only as far as the midfielder, Barry Fitzharris. A very difficult attempt to take first time, so he had to take a touch. But that touch took the opportunity away from him. Smith from the throw. Whipped in towards Charlie Faulkner. Great save by Nui. United regaining that momentum they had in the opening 15 minutes, which saw them take the lead. They'll need to keep that. They can get this lead back. Straight down the centre of the park from Nui. Off the rock-solid head of Don Perkins. Hayden cushions it for Aaron Williams. Faulkner to target, and Faulkner, he was away, but a nudge in the back of Loiso Recchi was too much for the referee to accept. Thomas from the free kick. Here's Fitzharris. Scored the equalising goal for Rugby Town. United went ahead on 13 minutes through Joe Cairns. Pegged back 3 minutes later. Hayden. United on the march. Here's Joe Cairns. Great through ball for Kyle Carey. Taking it too close to the goalkeeper perhaps. He's kept it in. Nui's going to get back on his line. And the far post is Riley O'Sullivan. Fantastic save. Nui O'Sullivan again. Blocked and cleared. Nui saving with his leg. A sensational save to deny United's top scorer when he had no right to save it. Hayden. Carey. Couldn't bring it down the penalty area, and Danico Johnson should clear. And I've got a chance to get my breath back. Or maybe a Haaland as Kane Elliott racing up the left-hand side. Holtz is running the pressure from Smith. Here's Danico Johnson on the halfway line. Space on the right-hand side for Recchi. Josh Thomas with him. Recchi looking for Marsden. Brilliant sliding block by Aaron Williams. Out of play for a throw on the far side. Josh Thomas with the duties, level with the penalty area. Referee just checking that the ball is properly inflated. It doesn't appear that it is, and we are going to need a new match ball. After a short delay, it is Thomas to restart. Here's Marsden. Shifted away by a wall of red and green. Cairns. Free kick Coventry United. Cairns dragged back in that exchange. Coventry won't want to waste any time here. Played back with the goalkeeper, Reece Francis. Perkins. Back to Francis. The error on Tuesday, not forcing United to ditch this play out from the back approach. Red and Green's comfortable in playing on the edge of their penalty area, but Perkins wants options. He didn't find it. Launched the ball into the middle of the park towards Carey. It was Fitzharris who came away with it. Hancock sent Parker on the run on the left-hand side. Parker couldn't keep it in play, but he did keep it from going out for a goal kick, and it's a throw-in right in the corner. Smith to Hayden. Now Nat Kelly. Faulkner the target. Faulkner, good control. Now one-on-one with Recchi. Faulkner has been very impressive when he's played this season. His second start of the campaign. Ducking and diving, looking for a route around Recchi with the big number 5. Wins that exchange at the expense of a throw deep into Rugby territory on the left-hand side. Valance. Into the centre it goes off the shoulder of Joe Smith. Hayden. Sets up Valance for the cross. Riley O'Sullivan in and around that penalty area. Return to Hayden. Smacks Recchi off the head. Valance was offside, couldn't interfere with play. Parker trying to bring the ball under control for the counter. Nods it out on that far side, just shy of the Rugby management. Hayden. And deflected out by Josh Thomas, preventing the ball from reaching Valance on the overlap. Williams again after another United throw. Valance, down line. Kelly cushions it to Hayden. Coventry forced back into their own half. Here's Don Perkins. Spots Smith in space. Will he find him? There was a collision between Smith and Hancock. I don't think Smith did an awful lot wrong there. And it is a throw to Coventry United, level with the penalty area, but Hancock has landed awkwardly. And stretching back to try and get something on the ball, clattered into Joe Smith. I think he's just a little bit winded. Thankfully, no lasting damage. Back underway with the throw. Here's Carey, forced into the corner. Oh, and that was a bit of a nasty slide from Hancock's. Went straight through Carey. Maybe looking for a bit of payback. United with the free kick right in the corner. But Hancock's is going to get at least a ticking off from the official, maybe even a card. Got some serious velocity on that challenge. Pressure from the rugby players. Referee ordering them away. And Danico Johnson, the voice of reason, telling his teammates to get back into position for this free kick. They're going to have to be at their best to keep this out, as the referee will administer any punishment required on Hancock's, I should say. I think it is just going to be a warning. And it is just a warning. Hancock walks away with a smile on his face. He's happy. Will the Red and Green Army be happy at the conclusion of this set piece? Joe Cairns has scored one today. Can he set one up on 32 minutes? Score still 1-1. Delivered by Cairns, and off the chest of Nat Kelly into the gut of Nui. And now Recchi sprinting away after the launch from Nui. Luiso Recchi just behind Marsden, and safely back with Reese Francis as Kyle Carey cushions it to the keeper. Joe Smith, again winning that battle with Hancock's. And the slide by Kyle Carey. Hancock's feeling that he should have received a free kick for that. It looked to me as if Carey got the ball very cleanly. And Hancock's not endearing himself to the Coventry United faithful, which you can probably hear. I don't think he gives two jots, to be honest, but Coventry United fans not one to let their opinions stay silenced. Johnson, crowded by Smith, Carey and Cairns. Throwing on this near side on the halfway line. And Hancock's back with goalkeeper Ben Nui. Towards left hand side where Marsden's waiting. Flip on by Marsden. And Joe Smith turns it away, but gives it straight back to Marsden. Hancock still getting booed by the Red and Green Army. Parker bullied off the ball by Perkins. Smith up the flank. And Coventry have got themselves a throw in there, deflected out off Lee Thomas. Referee ensuring that the free kick is taken in the correct position. Smith. Carey. Out muscle by Fitzharris. Great work from the rugby goal scorer. And the official actually gave the throw to rugby, but it's been overturned to Coventry United. Smith down line to Dom Perkins. Kelly. Joe Cairns with Kelly, now Hayden dropping into the defensive line. Has to battle to retrieve the ball from Kane Elliott. United have got to keep focused. We know what they're capable of. They've shown that in this match, but they've got to try and maintain that level of performance. Faulkner flicks it behind Recchi. Liam Francis is there, back with Nui. Closed down by Faulkner. Nui gets it clear in plenty of time. But Williams, cushion header to Lewis Hayden. United not giving up here. Faulkner If he got that ball right, Carey would have been straight through, but it was blocked up by a Rugby leg. Francis. Rugby struggling to clear here, and Faulkner's got it back. O'Sullivan's in the area. Squared for Kyle Carey, looking to lay it off for Joe Cairns. Carey keeping it. Elliott prevents him. And launched away by Hancocks. Now Parker up the other end. Danico Johnson. Marston's available. And Parker stumbled as Johnson put the through ball into the penalty area, and Reece Francis will take control of that. 10 minutes to go until half-time at the Butts Park Arena. United Counties League Premier Division South match. Coventry United 1, the Rugby Town 1. United opening scoring in the 13th minute through Joe Cairns. 3 minutes later, it was Rugby who dragged United back with Barry Fitzharris, a low drive from outside the box. Parker, low drive into the penalty area. Perkins went down to the challenge of Marston, but he'd already got the ball away. Referee says nothing doing. O'Sullivan. Aaron Williams. They've got to get up the other end of the park a bit more. Great control by O'Sullivan. That long ball from Aaron Williams. Cairns takes over after some physicality from Lee Thomas, and the shot deflected. Another Coventry United corner. They're starting to pile up now. It's Cairns on the set piece. Plays it short to Kyle Carey. Swung in. A no-look cross headed away by Fitzharris. Now Johnson. Hancocks. Drills it straight to the feet of Carey, and Coventry can try again. Cairns. In towards Riley O'Sullivan at Faulkner there too. It was always Newey's ball. Offside flag raised against Dylan Parks. Offside trap played to perfection by Nat Kelly. Again, Coventry TV today, sponsored by Coventry Motorcycles and Scooters. Take a look at their extensive range of new and used scooters at Walsgrave Road, Coventry. Kelly. And the halfway line is Kyle Carey. Lovely give and go with Faulkner. Balanced with the overlap. Carey maintains possession. Here's Hayden on the edge of the box. It's behind Faulkner, but retrieved by the red and greens. But Rugby have got everyone back now. This is what won't be easy. Marston in from the side, but loses out to Williams. It's Joe Cairns setting himself up for the long shot. Williams. We know he can hit them. Looking for O'Sullivan on the edge of the area. Fantastic challenge by Williams on Lee Thomas, but Thomas straight back up and diverts it to Danico Johnson. Johnson. It's O'Sullivan who comes away with it. Hayden. Joe Smith. Johnson first to it. Danico Johnson is winning everything. He is great talent for Rugby. But to Coventry United throw in as Johnson, I think, stumbled and booted the ball into the crowd. I'm sure that's not what he was intending to do. Throw towards Riley O'Sullivan, chested down by Liam Francis. As far as I know, no connection to Reece Francis. Rugby Town throw. Just in front of the CUTV camera. Just over 5 minutes to go. We will be going off air for about 10 minutes at half-time as Handsworth still the victim of the Boo Boys. And Handsworth taking a fair few yards with that throw. Referees let it slide. Johnson deflected out off Joe Smith. Another throw in. Now 5 yards short of the penalty area. Handsworth with the throw. So Hancock, I should say. Hayden. Hope for ball from the back. Newey, more than equal to it. Volleys it straight back where it came from. I keep saying Handsworth rather than Hancock because we've got Handsworth next. Got to get that out of my head. Francis. In his own penalty area, it's Don Perkins. Drills it through the midfield to Charlie Faulkner, looking to flick it around Thomas. Thomas wasn't to be out-tricked, and Hayden a bit too enthusiastic in retrieving that ball. And a free kick to Rugby in a dangerous position midway into Coventry territory. And Sonia says, it's not good for my Botox. I'm sat here stressing, shouting at the telly. Oh, Coventry United will do that to you. They might just be shouting at me, telling me to shut up. Hancock's, how we'd love to be the assister of a rugby goal to silence the United crowd. It won't be on this occasion, nodded away by Kelly. Carey looking to send O'Sullivan on the run. Recchi, but it's back with Riley O'Sullivan, shielding well. O'Sullivan, Hayden, Faulkner's there. Lewis Hayden, here's Faulkner, setting up for the shot maybe. Faulkner, off the post, he scored! Charlie Faulkner's first Coventry United goal. And it'll probably be one of the most well-received goals he'll ever score for the Red and Greens. Beautifully struck, pinned in up the far post, and the Red and Greens have got their lead back. On a day where a victory means everything to the Red and Greens, Charlie Faulkner could be the hero. He certainly is now.
The 50-50 winning number, 50-50 winning £94, 11191. 50-50 winning number, 11191. Winning £94.
So just 3 minutes to go until half time. The Red and Greens have their lead back on this most emotional of days. And sort of an eager to get underway, stumbling into the opposite half. But we are back underway now at the Butts Park Arena. Perfect way to go into half time for the Red and Greens if they can keep the lead this time. Smith immediately back on the attack. Faulkner launched away by Liam Francis. Johnson was clearly being held by Don Perkins. No doubt about that free kick. Fitzharris. Plenty of space for Hancock's. Does that hit the arm of Joe Smith? Looked like it did, but the arm was by his side. Not in a natural position, so it would have been very harsh to get the free kick against him. But it is out of play for a throw, just shy of the penalty area. Elliott's there, but he's found Marston. Hayden caught in that exchange. The referee calls a halt. Ball goes out of play, I believe, for... I think it was for a throw. Was it the near side of the corner or the far side? I'm not entirely sure. I think it is a throw. It is indeed. It's a throw in to Rugby as Hayden needs a little time to get back to his feet. Elliott and Parker in support. Elliott back to Hancock's. Dylan Parker. Is it going to be deja vu? Oh, it nearly was. A fantastic save by Reece Francis, but Johnson off the post. Fitzharris nearly with an absolute double of the goal that he scored to equalise. Just 3 minutes after United scored earlier on in the match. He nearly did it in 2 minutes this time. But plucked off the line by Reece Francis. Danico Johnson from close range struck his effort off the post. And Coventry United living a charmed life on that exchange. Well, we are now into added time. We haven't had too many stoppages. I'd say there'll be no more than a minute. Elliott flicks it over the United back line. Down goes Marsden under the pressure of Kelly. Referee says no. Faulkner's also taking a bit of a knock. But all three players back on their feet. Here's Joe Smith. Thumps it away. It bounces past Lee Thomas. And he had, of all people, Roy O'Sullivan breathing down his neck, but he was able to avert disaster. And now Parker in the penalty area, challenging from the side by Perkins. Corner kick. One last chance, perhaps, for Rugby Town before the break. Johnson is going to take it. Are they going to go short to Parker? They do. Parker. Francis thought about coming out. Nodded over the woodwork by Josh Thomas. And that's the final action of an action-packed first half here at the Butts Park Arena. An enthralling first 45 minutes sees Coventry United lead Rugby by 2-1. We'll be back in 10 minutes on CUTV. Only you can hear me. No, joking. It's Liam back here on Coventry United TV. As you can tell, I'm in a good mood because Coventry United at the moment are 2-1 in front versus Rugby Town, the league leaders in the United Counties League Premier Division South. Joe Cairns and Charlie Faulkner with the goals for Coventry United, and Barry Fitzharris. Not Fitzmaurice, Roy. He's called him Fitzmaurice a couple of times. Barry Fitzharris has scored the goal for Rugby. First time you've ever heard anyone roll a H. But as far as I can tell, no changes at half-time. Of course, Rugby do have David Kolodinsky on the bench. And a Rugby fan saying get Kolodinsky on at half-time. He may well get his wish later on in the game, but it won't be yet. Remember, today's show here on CUTV, sponsored by our good friends at Coventry Motorcycles and Scooters, providing an extensive range of new and used motorcycles and scooters at their location on Walsgrave Road, Coventry. Make sure to go and check them out after the game. Well, not after the game, because Roy will be getting a little bit tipsy, shall we say. He's already on the old JD and Coke. So we're underway once again. United now kicking from right to left. Swap of ends, no swap of personnel. And Coventry United will be hoping no swap of scoreline. They'll more than take a 2-1 win. They had to work hard to get those goals. They have had the better of the attacking play, has to be said, but you know how dangerous Rugby can be. The enemies have never beaten Rugby in a competitive match. Ball bouncing out for a goal kick after Carey's ball up the right-hand side. We want to say a massive happy birthday to Coventry United die-hard supporter Peter Lee. I won't tell you how old he is today, but I assume it's in the hundreds. Nodded to the right by Hayden from the goal kick. Tries to keep it in. And as far as Lee Thomas. And Faulkner snatching it away from Fitzharris. Nice slide in by Thomas, who stopped the run of Kyle Carey. But immediately from the throw, it's Charlie Faulkner. Volleyed cross behind Joe Cairns, but he'll keep her alive. On the near side now, it's Cairns looking for a delivery. Under pressure from Kane Elliott, and he's got the free kick out of it. Sonia says, I'm in a good mood too, Liam. Come on, lads, finish them. I have a feeling it is going to be a difficult second half of both of these teams. Coventry United and Rugby both going for the title. I mean, I said at the start of this season, I thought it would be United, Rugby and Spinks going for the title this season. So far, we're being proved right. Strong starts for all three sides. Joe Cairns with the free kick. Swung in towards Riley O'Sullivan, trying to flick it on, but didn't get the right connection. Thomas, clearance skews over the line, and United still in a respectable position, have the throw. Valance. Now with Nat Kelly, Perkins will leave it for Reece Francis, the United shot stopper. First time United have conceded a home league goal today. They have been strong at the back all season. This new defensive line of Valance, Kelly, Perkins and Smith seems to be working. And they'll have to be at their best to keep Rugby out for the remainder of this game. And it's going to be a corner kick. Don Perkins nodding the ball out under pressure from Kane Elliott. And Rugby are going to have to try and make these chances work. They've forced some good saves from Reece Francis today. They're beating him once. Can they do it again? It's going to be Danico Johnson with the corner. Francis comes for it. I think he got a touch on that one, or it might have been Hayden at the near post. Faulkner keeps the ball in from that clearance and gets a few more yards on it. Hancock's forced to play it back to Nui, the goalkeeper. He will get onto that long ball. It's not done by Fitzharris. Elliott. And in fact, it was Parker, and Parker's hurt himself. Here is Fitzharris, the Rugby goal scorer. Neat ball for Marston. Can he get the cross in? Trying to cut past Aaron Williams. Oh, he smacks it off the woodwork. And the second strike by Hancock doesn't really find its way through. Still alive with Thomas. Josh Thomas taking on Ben Valance. Kane Elliott thumped away by Faulkner. Cushion header by Francis to keep it away from Riley O'Sullivan. And just chipped over the head of Parker, but Coventry United maintain their advantage. But it was a lick of paint away from a Rugby equaliser. Hancock's header falls to the feet of Kyle Carey. Deep into Rugby territory. Ben Valance. Faulkner looking to make himself available. It's backing the defence with Kelly. Closed down by Parker. Oh, look at that for some skill. Just turning away from the Rugby striker. It looks great when you pull it off, and Kelly did. But the long ball from the back flicks off the blonde hair of Charlie Faulkner and straight back to Nui. It's only Faulkner's second start for the Red and Greens. His first start, he was actually man of the match in the game against Oadby. He's got his first goal for his new club today, deciding for Coventry United back in October of last year. Didn't get to play until August, because United only played FA Vars games and he was cup tied. Cairns taken out. Seems to be injured. Referee says play on, and the offside flag raised against Dylan Parker. And it's a good job that it was, because Parker was through. Francis came out to claim. And Cairns trying to walk it off. And here comes a substitution now for Rugby Town. Coming off, it is going to be Kane Elliott. And coming on is number 17. That's Max Johnson. So Elliott's day is at an end. Looks like a straight swap in midfield, but some fresh legs will do it for Rugby. At least they hope they will. They're back underway from the offside. Perkins, collected by Hancock's. Now it's with Parker. Dangerous position. Can he try and get the shots away? A narrow angle he does, but with no real vigour to it, no venom to it. Faulkner out-muscled by Recchi. And Faulkner was tugging on the shirt and the shoulder of Recchi. I don't think he can have any complaints. And Faulkner, I think, could be about to go in the book for yelling at the ref. And Rugby have tried twice to take a quick free kick. Referee both times has stopped them. No punishment except for a ticking off for Charlie Faulkner. That's Fitzharris. Recchi. Up from the back. Chest control by Joe Smith. Should deal with that one. Does deal with that one. Will Faulkner get on to the seconds? No, he won't. It's with Liam Francis. Max Johnson gets his first touch. Recchi. Under pressure, but finds a teammate in Liam Francis. Lopped in to the left. Smith trying to shield it into touch, but it's took a touch off his shoulder thanks to pressure from Danico Johnson. It's out of play for a Rugby throw right on United's doorstep. Johnson. Powerful cross, a bit too powerful, but Marsden maintains the Valley's possession. Looking for a route past Ben Valance and cleared on the slide by Don Perkins. Thomas looking to keep it going, but Marsden trying to flick it over with his heel, send it straight out of play for a Coventry United throw. We've had 9 minutes of the second half. Coventry United at the moment looking in a good position, but Rugby are pressing on, trying to drag them back, and again Marsden out-tricks himself. Valance. And Sullivan forced down by Recchi. Referee says no foul. Deflected out of Valance. Bit of a throw-in war at the moment. Parker. There's Thomas. Headed by Johnson on the edge of the penalty area, but volleyed into firm safety by Aaron Williams. Lee Thomas able to turn away from Faulkner with the ball at the other end of the park. Danico Johnson the target of that long ball, and he's found it. Sprinting clear of Smith, but now on the touchline has got a job to do. Slide in by Smith from behind. Got to be careful here in the penalty area. Johnson trying to do it all alone. And I think it's just a task too far. Johnson felt it had gone out. Danico Johnson doing a brilliant job to keep it alive as long as he did. But even a player of his stature couldn't do it forever. Score remains Coventry United 2, Rugby Town 1 at the Butts Park Arena. As Joe Smith caught, as he launches the ball away, his foot caught by Parker. United have been sending a couple of subs going for a warm-up. Chris Campbell and Dom Lane, the latest to go for a little jog. The substitutes, I can tell you, are Aaron Solomon, Dom Lane, Chris Campbell, Chris Roscoe, and Ty Knight for Coventry United. Of course, Rugby have already made one change with Max Johnson coming on. They've got Hayward and Pandey, Evans and Kolodinsky left to utilise. And of course, it's back down to 3 substitutions this season rather than 5, which were utilised last year. Carey. And United probably should have had a free kick there. There was 2 instances where Carey could have went down. He went down the second opportunity. The Rugby continue with Johnson playing to the whistle. Fitzharris cut out well by Valance, and had a space to utilise on the left-hand side. Ben Valance looking to pick out Riley O'Sullivan, but Fitzharris able to divert it away. O'Sullivan looking to score for a 7th consecutive game today. He hasn't really had the opportunities to stake his claim to another match where he's found the net, but there's still plenty of time left. And I think he'll care more about the results rather than his own personal accolades. Recchi shielding from Faulkner in the penalty area. Clears as far as Johnson. Tricks his way past Aaron Williams. Cairns on hold of Johnson's shirt. And that's got to be a yellow card for Joe Cairns. No attempt to go for the ball. Had to take one for the team. And Joe Cairns, the first man to be booked today. Quick free kick from Francis to Lee Thomas. Barry Fitzharris. Thomas up the left. Nico Johnson, dispossessed by Hayden. Now Riley O'Sullivan. Sandwich between Fitzharris and Thomas, and runs it into touch. And credit to Rugby, they have marked O'Sullivan very well today. Charged down by Hayden out for another throw. We're going to need another ball though. Lee Thomas up line. Parker backing into Don Perkins. Smith has given away the foul there. He got the ball, but I think he got a piece of Parker's chest along with it. So the free kick taken short by Hancocks. Johnson's cross, and the only man willing to claim that was Reece Francis. Coming up to half an hour to go here on CUTV. Coventry United lead by 2-1 against Rugby Town. Josh Thomas taking it too close to Ben Valance, and now Valance racing up the left-hand side. Looking to square it for Kyle Carey, but Johnson collects. Interception from the substitute. There's clearance only as far as Aaron Williams, who's barged over from behind. Referee says no foul, but Hayden will keep it going. Lewis Hayden. Cairns, who scored the opening goal of the day. Looking to thread it through for Kyle Carey. He has. Thomas couldn't get it on the slide. O'Sullivan goes down into the challenge. Referee waves away protests. I think it would have been a little bit soft. As Perkins goes in and takes out Johnson's got the ball, but he's hurt himself. But Coventry will continue. Here's Faulkner. O'Sullivan in the box. Squared for Joe Cairns. Sends it high and wide. Not at all handsome. And now Perkins is surely going to get some treatment. Perkins is not on his feet yet. The United physio Dan White is on standby. As Coventry United alumni Gift Musa heading up the stands, having played for Nuneaton today. Still in his tracksuit. Gift Musa, a Coventry United legend. Also, if you haven't heard it, go and check out our Team Talk interview with Gift we did a couple of months ago. It was a brilliant listen. And another change coming for Rugby Town. It's Josh Thomas leaving the field. Oh, and coming on, number 16, David Kolodinsky. So, this has put the cat amongst the pigeons. David Kolodinsky scoring both goals in the first Coventry United match ever at the Butts Park Arena, August 2017, the FA Cup extra preliminary stage. Chris Cox scoring the first Coventry United goal of the Butts Park Arena era that day. But we all know how much of a threat Kolodinsky can be. United do have the lead at the moment by 2-1. Will it stay that way? Kolodinsky felt he was fouled. Bit of a barge from behind by Nat Kelly, but already United starts with the time wasting. A dangerous tactic this early on. Valance approaching up the left. Here's Charlie Faulkner. Cairns just able to hold off Johnson. Lewis Hayden. Carey, possible crossing opportunity. He's cutting in. Carey had curl on it, but not quite enough to find the top corner. Don't worry, this isn't COVID, it's just got a bit of a tickle. Nui. Smith ducks past it. Danico Johnson battling with Smith at the expense of a rugby throw. Here's David Kolodinsky. And a free kick against Dom Perkins. Dragging on the shoulder of the substitute. Already causing problems for the United back line. It's Johnson. Spots Parker on the edge of the area. Dylan Parker straight into the car park. Ty Knight warming up for Coventry United, and it looks like he will be the Red and Green's first substitution. He's getting ready on the far side of the field. In fact, no, it's Aaron Solomon. So Darren Solomon who's getting ready. It's difficult to tell on this far side of the field. I wish they'd bring the dugouts back over here. It's a lot easier. Sorry, a bit of a dry throat. It's Reece Francis with the kick. Bounces header off the back of Kyle Carey, bring the ball back to the Valley. Lee Thomas. Maintains possession. Catch Danico Johnson on the left-hand side. Joe Smith forced into the corner. He's played it along the touchline and kept in by Lewis Hayden. But he's had to go for a throw. Max Johnson. Now Danico Johnson. And the cross. Corner kick. Johnson thought he should have had a free kick. Referee played advantage. And as United turned that cross away. Referee's having a word with Joe Smith. And the Valley fans not happy behind Reece Francis' goal. Max Johnson on the corner, unchallenged header away by Aaron Williams. That was not what Rugby were hoping for, I'm sure. And Faulkner turning Thomas. Looking to kickstart the counter, switching the play to Kyle Carey, but it was intercepted by Justin Marsden, who is slotted in at right back now after Josh Thomas was taken off. Fitzharris, hopeful ball at the right-hand side. Hopeful is the word. Successful is not. Straight back with Francis. And he'll take his time as Kolodinsky approaches. Solomon receives his final orders. Solomon was meant to be part of the Tamworth squad today. So on a dual registration from Tamworth. So he wasn't used. So, of course, his dual registration means he can play for both clubs. Travelled quickly back to Coventry to play today. Smith in space at the back. Back to Reece Francis. We are officially halfway through the second half here on CU TV. Coventry United lead by 2-1, but they are under pressure with Danico Johnson capitalising on Dom Perkins. But great pressure from Joe Smith. And the Rugby fans giving Smith a piece of their mind. Smith giving it straight back to them. He's not a player who lets fans get into his head, is Joe. Part of the very successful Ambush Sunday League team last year, which won the Coventry Sunday League. And lifting the trophy that day was young Alfie Mercer. And, see footage of that on the Liam Cook Sports Media YouTube channel. His stepdad Luke Downs is part of that team as well, as he is integral part of the Coventry United family. Of course, we do wish our very best to Alfie's mum, Laura, Luke, his entire family on this very sad day. But at the moment, United are doing him proud. Let's see if United can finish the job. 21 minutes to go. Joe Cairns and Charlie Faulkner on the score sheet. Here comes the change for Coventry United. It is Aaron Sullivan coming on. We know that. Who's coming off? It's Riley O'Sullivan. The run comes to an end for Riley O'Sullivan. 6 straight games he's scored in. He's played his part today, but no goal. And I think his sponsor will breathe a sigh of relief. He doesn't have to pay out his goal bonus today. He's already cost him upwards of 400 quid for the first 6 games. But Aaron Sullivan comes on and I believe will act as the main striker. Well, Coventry could potentially play a false 9 with Solomon. He can't play anywhere across that front line. And immediately the young lad from Tamworth immediately get in on the action. Here's David Kolodinsky on the right-hand side of the United penalty area. Kolodinsky telling his teammates to move, giving him some space, giving him some options. Hasn't quite worked out. Kyle Carey shrugging Marsden aside, but loses out to Fitzharris. It's back with the captain, Recchi. And it's with Francis. Played back by Ben Valance, only as far as Fitzharris, the rugby goal scorer, scored 3 minutes after United bagged the lead on 13 minutes. Kelly intercepts, Cairns, I should say, intercepts. Lewis Hayden, the midfield maestro, runs into Marsden and takes out Hancock's. He's sent flying by Marsden, but it's a rugby throw in a dangerous position. And the referee was holding up play, but the rugby player is off the field, so really United can carry on. Rugby have got themselves a corner, but now he's come onto the pitch. Hancock's has literally just crawled onto the pitch, so Rugby don't have to start. Well, he's not exactly come to his best friend at the moment. He's not endeared himself to the Red and Green Army in the crowd. But that is a tad cheeky from Handsworth, and he's being told, get off the pitch. Referee not having any of it as Rugby prepare their final change on the far side of the field. Can't see the shirt number just yet. Max Johnson's corner. Kelly's header. And thumped away by Joe Smith. Faulkner. Sent upfield, there's Liam Francis to keep the ball away from Rugby's end of the park. At the expense of a Coventry United throw. And here comes the final change for Rugby, the last roll of the dice. Who's it going to be? That's coming up, it's Melu Mpande. Melu Mpande coming on for, it's James Hancock's heading off. Coventry United fans will be happy. Melu Mpande making his way onto the field. That is Rugby's last change. They made all 3. United have only made 1 with Aaron Solomon coming on for Riley O'Sullivan. Here's Carey. Can United finish the job here? It's Cairns. Hits one over the woodwork. Would have been all right in a Cov Rugby game, but it won't fly here. And given away cheaply by the Rugby back line, and Cole Carey floats it over the crossbar. Could have afforded to take it a little closer to the penalty area, but Carey wanted to take the strike as quick as he could. Certainly had some fizz, but it needed to be a little lower. Away by Marsden. Cushion headed by Perkins to Aaron Williams, the Coventry captain. Valance, Carey, Cairns, looking for Kyle Carey. Retchie will get there first, plays it back with Nui. Cushion down by Max Johnson. Kyle Carey there to bring it back for the red and greens with a challenge in by Marsden. And again Carey with the interception, this time a foul on Dylan Parker. "15 minutes to go at the Butts Park Arena in the United Counties League Southern Premier Division. It remains Coventry United 2, Rugby Town 1. A tense finish at the Butts Park Arena in store. Liam Francis in defence for Rugby Town. Cautious approach. Well, that's certainly not cautious from Nui, blasting it upfield to Danico Johnson. Chest control by the big number 10. Williams tripped. Referee says no as Max Johnson just able to shield the ball from Lewis Hayden. Williams back on his feet to deny Fitzharris. Lovely, lovely stuff, but tripped. And oh, it's getting ugly now. It is getting ugly as Danico Johnson kicks the ball at the back of Aaron Williams while the United captain was down. Really unnecessary. We don't like to see this sort of thing. Williams was tripped in the centre circle by Fitzharris. And Johnson just blasted the ball at the back of Aaron Williams while he was on the ground. And now it's Retchie and Reece Francis going head to head. Thankfully, calmer heads are now prevailing, and it is a yellow card, a deserved yellow card for Danico Johnson. Got to respect his ability. He's had a great game today, but don't want to see incidents like that where there is really no call for it. And as Graham says on YouTube, frustration, I should say, setting in. We're back underway with the free kick given for the foul on Aaron Williams. 13 minutes left. United third would surely seal it. And that's what they're going for with Joe Cairns. Back heel by Faulkner, but he's got it back. Too far for Joe Cairns. That ball bouncing into the penalty area away from the United man. Cairns, of course, a former Walsall scholar. He's got a rich pedigree in football. And he's certainly up there for being our man of the match today. Johnson, surrounded by red shirts, and Kelly forcing Johnson down with a strong standing challenge. Johnson gets them going straight away with Kolodinsky, but gives it away to Don Perkins, who tries to shield it in to touch. And Kolodinsky screaming at the official, saying that it should be a corner. But on this occasion, David Kolodinsky is not able to find the net of the Butts Park Arena. Coventry taking their time, as you would expect. As Reece Francis lines up this goal kick, looking to get as far away from his penalty area as he can. Into the midfield it goes. Thomas. Hayden wins it back. United want the free kick. They're not going to get it. Hayden does bring it down. And they've got a throw just in front of United manager Terry Anderson, who's asking why wasn't a free kick given. And Pandey trying to speed up play. Smith with ball in hand. It's on by the head of Charlie Faulkner. Can Carey get behind the defence? Swinging a miss by Marston. Awkward bounce, takes it to the left-hand side of the penalty area where Carey just set up Aaron Solomon. And that pass by Aaron Solomon needed a little bit more power behind it, but as Carey was tripped, they've got the free kick. Perfect crossing opportunity. And Roy's got his phone out, so that usually means back of the net. He's got to try and film around my fat body, though. It's going to be Joe Cairns. Takes it short to Valance. Cairns cutting in from the left. Wants options. Faulkner returns to Joe Cairns. Can he bring it down? Cairns. Awkward control. Now Faulkner's gone down hurt. It's not a head injury. Referee doesn't have to stop it. Rugby will continue. Here's Lee Thomas. Mpande wants it forward. Mpande making the run. Melu Mpande. Smith shielding it into touch. Shepherded out by the United back line, and they've done brilliantly today. A bit of a nervy start for the Coventry United defence, but they've settled into the game nicely. Faulkner taking a while to get back to his feet. Well, there's now going to be a vote for man of the match on the Coventry United Twitter page, at Cov United. So go and vote on that. We'll let you know our CUTV man of the match a little bit later on. Francis, chested down to Marsden. Kolodinski's waiting for it up top. Talking about up top, Don Perkins winning that aerial duel. And Pandey, first of the loose ball was Joe Smith. Hooked up towards Kyle Carey, who got the final touch on that. It looked like Marsden. I think it is going to be a Coventry United throw. Nervy times for the red and greens, but they're nearly there. 8 minutes or so, plus stoppages. Can they hang on? Or can they go for goal number 3 and wrap it up? You hear the drum beating behind the Rugby goal. Ominous sound for Ben Nui between the sticks. Williams. Kelly. For Carey on the edge of the area. Turned away by Liam Francis, the centre-back for Rugby. Joe Smith. Solomon's header. Carey beats Recchi to it. Valance, no options in the penalty area. Has to keep it. Williams. Here's Joe Cairns. Already got one to his credit today. Blocked off, but still alive with Solomon. Aaron Solomon. Nui just able to cling onto it. Solomon spotting the bottom right-hand corner and said, I'll have a piece of that. Nui keeping the valley in it. Cairns runs into Lee Thomas. Takes it past Hayden. Melo Mpande. Takes it too close to Joe Smith. We all know the result. Lee Thomas, crossing opportunity. Hayden prevents it. Hayden's had a great game in midfield. Throw to Kolodinski. Launched in by Thomas. Danico Johnson. Now Marsden, everyone up for Rugby. Deflected strike. Perkins turns it away. Only as far as Fitzharris, charged down by Solomon. It's a rugby throw. In fact, free kick's been given for handball. He put his arm up to protect his face. Really, that should be a throw-in rather than a free kick. Into the last 6 minutes. So on the right-hand corner of the penalty area, it's Max Johnson. And turned over the woodwork at point-blank range by David Kolodinsky. That is a strike that Coventry United fans won't mind seeing at the Butts Park Arena from David Kolodinsky. The Red and Green Army firmly behind their boys on a very emotional day for the club. The ball bouncing perilously towards the edge of the penalty area for Rugby. Not the best of clearances by Nui. Marsden looking for a route out under pressure, and he's got it. Johnson out-muscles Valance. Here's Max Johnson, receives it from Danico Johnson. Switches the play over to Thomas. Thomas. And fired clear by Hayden. Backs against the wall for the Red and Greens now. Carey closing down Nui, who slips as he clears. Just controlled by Solomon, takes it too close to Fitzharris. Thomas, and now Mpande racing to it. Francis picks it up and dives onto it. Again, today's show is sponsored by our friends at Coventry Motorcycles and Scooters. Make sure to check them out on their location on Walsgrave Road, Coventry. Brought to feet by Carey from the goal kick. Down line with Hayden. Faulkner sent to the ground in an off-the-ball incident. Solomon, Cairns, overlapped by Valance. Could be the moment for Aaron Solomon to finish it for Coventry United! Game, set, match! Aaron Solomon's first goal back since his return. Calm, cooled and collected. Solomon slots it home to wrap up a big win. And the last 3 minutes will go a little bit more smoothly, you think, now for Coventry United. Let your heart rates drop a little. Coventry United are going to end Rugby's unbeaten start to the season. And still their first win over the Valley in the competitive match. And United are preparing another change. That's going to be Dom Elaine coming on for... It's going to be Charlie Faulkner heading off, I believe. So Dominic Elaine on, Charlie Faulkner off. There has been a fantastic display from Charlie Faulkner. His second Coventry United start, his first Coventry United goal. He'll be happy with that. And the United veteran, Dom Elaine, back on the field. I've been willing Dom to score all through pre-season, all in the matches that he's played during this season. Roy's saying he'll never score. He'll score. He'll score 1 or 2 goals a season, and they'll always be classics. Remember Rosa a couple of years ago. They still haven't fixed that net. Williams snatches the ball from a sliding Lee Thomas. Solomon, care for Forcer. Valance. Crossing opportunity from the left, or will they just take it straight into the corner? Loans to the box, Kyle Carey looking to set up the shot. Solomon back to goal. And it's blocked, I think, by Danico Johnson. And, well, Lee Thomas has hit the back of the net. Sadly, it's one of the training goals on the far side of the stadium. Into the last minute of normal time here at the Butts Park Arena. Smith finds Hayden from the throw. Lewis Hayden looking to set up again. Smith darts away from the challenge of Thomas. Force the Cairns after a deflection from Fitzharris. Smith, Solomon at the far post. And that's definite handball. Well, normal time is over. Into the stoppages. Again, I don't think there'll be too many. I'd say 2 minutes maximum. Fitzharris back with Nui. Liam Francis. It's Kolodinsky. In towards Danico Johnson. Kelly couldn't get anything on it. It's Johnson in the area. Could Rugby make it interesting again? Here's Max Johnson. Danico Johnson. Back to Max Johnson. Couldn't bring it to feet. And that's a goal kick. Well, Johnson and Johnson combining. Difficult for the commentator. Being told that the man of the match today for Coventry United, Aaron Williams, the United skipper. Well, he's our man of the match anyway. I think he's currently winning the vote, but well, I'm giving it to Aaron Williams. I think he's had a great game today. Joe Smith's certainly been up there too. Elaine. Overhead kick, looking to send it over the head of Richie. Cairns, interception. And Kyle Carey shielding from Parker. Taking it straight to the corner. But couldn't keep it in. We've had 40 seconds of added time. Referee checking the watch. And the referee asked for the goal kick to be taken again as there is a third and final Coventry United substitution. Chris Canwell coming on for Joe Cairns. Another impressive outing for Joe Cairns, who has really stepped up this season. Been working hard on his fitness. His set pieces have been sublime too. Cairns certainly doing his bit, scored the opening goal in 13 minutes. On what has turned out to be a successful afternoon for Coventry United. Nui with the clearance. Another check of the watch from the referee. Just coming to 2 minutes of added time. Elaine. That's with Lee Thomas on the left-hand side. Probably too late for Rugby Town now, but they can try and get one back. Kolodinsky shepherding the ball away from Don Perkins and getting the foul for it. Max Johnson with one last set piece, surely the last attempt of the game. Actually free at the far post, handing it across for Danico Johnson. Away by Perkins. United want a free kick of their own. Referee says no, and Canwell retrieves it. Canwell up the left, and suddenly got Dom Elaine. Surely not. No, surely not. Taken away by Lee Thomas. Valance sprinting through the midfield. Trying to do it all on his own. Gives it straight to Max Johnson. A free kick given against Dom Lane for a trip on Johnson. It's a throw right in the corner on the far side of the field for Rugby. Well, we've already had 4 minutes of added time. 4.5 now. Like Roy said, I'm not sure where he's got that from. Maybe he's playing it from the first half as well, but I don't know. There haven't been that many stoppages. United just trying to see this game out. It's been a tremendous performance for the Red and Greens. They've thoroughly deserved this win. Carey. And still play continues into a 6th minute of added time. There have been no real lengthy stoppages in this match. I don't know where he's got all this time from. And the referee calls time. Coventry United, the victors at the Butts Park Arena. Terry Hampson's men back on track. Goals from Joe Cairns, Charlie Faulkner and Aaron Solomon wrap up the Red and Greens 3-1 victory at home to the league leaders. Alfie, that one was for you. Well, thank you very much for joining us here on CUTV. There won't be any live commentary for the FA Cup game on Saturday as I won't be there. I'm in Cornwall, I know, shock horror. But we will make sure that there is some coverage for you here on CUTV next week for the game against Handsworth. That is the only match that I'm missing, so obviously wish I could be there. But Coventry United with an emotional victory today. This really does mean everything to those lads and to the sad loss of Alfie Mercer, who I'm sure will be very proud to see the performance from Coventry United today. Once again, final score, Coventry United 3, Rugby Town 1.